All right, so good afternoon, Bryn. It is almost 5 o'clock, very late start today. My apologies. I'm sure none of you are terribly complaining, though. Okay, so as I looked over your homework, the two of you who did your homework, so that's Bryn and Megan. Megan's back. Thank you, Megan, for returning. So what I noticed was that there was a little bit of trouble in subtracting and multiplying polynomials, or two functions. So we have this function, 3x plus 4, and we have this function, g of x equals x minus 2. And what we want to do is we want to subtract them. So it says f minus g, so that means I'm going to put f in here first, 3x plus 4. I'm going to put in parentheses just to make everything nice and clean and organized, minus g, and g is x minus 2. So the best thing to do is take the second set of parentheses here and change all the signs, because this is minus, and so we can really think of this as minus 1 in front of the parentheses, and we're just going to multiply everybody in here by negative 1. So negative 1 times x is negative x, and negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. And that goes along with this stuff right here. And then our final answer is just going to be collecting like terms. So 3x combined with negative x, really it's 3x minus 1x is 2x. And now we have 4 plus 2 is 6. And the error that I saw a little bit was that this sign right here, this negative sign, wasn't being changed by this subtraction. So that was most often here just listed as a kind of a negative sort of thing. So it was like 4 minus 2. Sorry, 4. Yeah, it was being done as 4 minus 2, which would be 2 instead of 6. So this is the correct way. So distribute the negative 1 into here, changing all the signs, and then just collect like terms. Okay, we'll do it again in the next problem. All right, now fg means f times g. I quite leave myself enough space. So fg means f times g of x. So that means I take f and I put it right here, put that first. And again, not that it really matters in this case because multiplication is commutative, so we can multiply in either order. And then g is x minus 2, so that goes second, x minus 2. And then we just multiply the stuff. And we have to multiply by FOIL. So that means we multiply the first things. So 3x times 1x is 3x squared. Multiply the outers all the way on the left and all the way on the right. So 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. And 4 times x, inners, I, inners, F-O-I, inners. 4 times x is plus 4x. And lasts, the last one here, the last one there. That's FOIL, right? Firsts, outers, the outer ones, the inner ones, and then the last ones. So minus 8. And then again, we just collect the like terms. So 3x squared, and there are no other x squareds, so we just leave it as 3x squared. And then we got 2x terms here, negative 6x, and positive 4x makes negative 2x. And then we have minus 8. And that is that. All right. And we got the same kind of show right here. We have two functions. F is this, g is that, and it says we're going to subtract them. So let's do it. So f of x is this, so it's x squared plus 3. And again, I'm putting parentheses just to make sure everything is nice and clean and well organized. And we're going to subtract g, which is that, and I put that in parentheses also. Now remember, this minus sign here in front of the parentheses really means like there's a negative 1 there. So that means multiply everybody in here by negative 1. So we keep everybody just like this in here, x squared plus 3, nothing changed there. Multiply those guys by negative 1, so we get negative 2x minus 1. And then we collect like terms. So here we got an x squared. We look for other x squareds. We don't see any. We see this x term here, but it's not really the same as x squared. They both got x's, but that's got a power of 2. This has got a power of 1. Not like terms. So x squared is added to nobody. So we got x squared. And then we go the next power down, which is here, to 2x to the first. And we see if we can add that to anybody else, and we can't. So we just got minus 2x. There's nobody else to add it to. And then here we got 3. We're going to combine that with negative 1. So 3 minus 1 is plus 2. And we're done with that. And then lastly, we're going to multiply. I'm going to multiply these two guys here. And again, we're going to use the FOIL method. So we have the first thing here in parentheses. And we got the second thing in parentheses. And we do the firsts, in other words, the first guy here and the first one there. So x squared times 2x is 2x cubed, right? X to the second times x to the first is x to the third. 2 plus 1 is 3. And x squared times positive 1, that's this right here, x squared times positive 1 is plus x squared. And then 3 times 2x is plus 6x. And 3 times 1 is 3. And if we look here, we look for like terms to combine, and we got 2x cubed, no other x cubed, so we don't combine that with anything. We got an x squared. There are no other x squared, so we can't combine that with anything. Same with the 6x, same with the 3, and this is the answer. And you notice this is already in descending power of order, or sorry, descending order of powers. 3, 2, 1, and then no x here, so no power there. So, just a quick review on subtracting and multiplying polynomials. All right, so we've added, we've subtracted, we've multiplied. Now it's time to divide. So, we're going to do some division here. And so we set this up, x squared plus 7x plus 12 divided by x plus 4. We're just going to do a little long division. And so, remember, if we were to say, hey, let's do 12 divided by 3, let's say, we would do 3 on the outside of the house, 12 on the inside of the house, and we would do our whole division thing. So that's what we're going to do. So the second thing goes on the outside of the house. So x plus 4. Not exactly sure why I just called it a house, but whatever. And then we got x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, so here's the set of questions that you need to ask yourself. So you're only going to look at the x here and the first term that you're working with here, in this case, this one. So you got to ask yourself this question. We're going to do it repeatedly. So x times what makes x squared? Well, that's pretty obvious. X times x is x squared. So it's x. And so since it's just a regular x, we put it above the other x's. That one right there. And then we're going to multiply. So we take the thing on the top, multiply it by the stuff over here. So x times x is x squared. And x times positive 4 is positive 4x. And just like regular long division with numbers, we subtract now. X squared minus x squared is nothing. 7x's minus 4x's are 3x's. Okay, now we need to bring down the next thing. In this case, the next thing is plus 12. And now we just repeat the process over again. And we start over here. And we work with this. So we ask ourselves, x times what makes 3x? Well, it's pretty obvious. 3. And it'll be a positive 3 because that's a positive 3x. So we got plus 3. So again, we multiply. Again, it's just a repeated process over and over. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. And we have 0. Sorry about the little interruption there. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing with this problem right here. So x plus 5 goes outside the house. That goes inside the house. So we got x plus 5 right here. And we got this stuff right here, x squared minus 3x minus 40. And we go through the same steps again. Same questions, same steps. So x times what makes x squared? And the answer is x. And then we multiply the stuff on the top. So x times x is x squared. And x times 5 is 5x. And then we subtract. So x squared minus x squared is still nothing. We need to be careful here. Negative 3 subtract 5. So negative 3 subtract 5 is negative 8x. Bring down the next piece, which is minus 40. And then the questions start all over. X times what makes negative 8x? Well, again, pretty obvious. It's negative 8. And negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times 5 40. And when you subtract something from itself, you get 0. So there's our answer right there. And I didn't box my answer up here. This is the answer, x plus 3. Right, just like here, when we divide 3 into 12, the answer is 4, and that ends up on the top of this house. I'll still call it a house. So we got x plus 3 is our answer there, x minus 8 is our answer there, and you'll notice that there was no remainder here, no remainder here, but you know, that's not always the case. So let's do one where there's a remainder. So same exact procedure, x plus 4 goes out, x squared plus 9x plus 21 in, and we do the same stuff. X times what makes x squared? X. Multiply it, x times x. X times 4, and we subtract. Those are gone. 9x's minus 4x's are 5x's. Bring down the 21. Ask again. X times what makes 5x? Positive 5. So put a plus 5 there. Multiply, right? Same procedure as always. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 4 is 20. And now we see that there is some remainder. So we're going to get 21 minus 20 is 1. There's our remainder. So what do we do with our remainder? Well, we could put a decimal point here and put some zeros, but that doesn't really make any sense in this kind of situation, so we're not going to do that. So what we do is we take this number here and put it over what we're dividing by, which is that thing right there. And this is a positive 1, so we put plus because it's a positive 1. And then we do 1 over that. 1 over x plus 4. And that's what we do with the remainder. So there it is. All done. So today we multiplied, we subtracted, and we divided some polynomials. And that's all I have to say about that. So be safe. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. No, sorry, Thursday. So, and when I say you guys, I mean Bryn. So be safe.